Go.
Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Arglefumph Talk. We forgot to do a honeymoon video, right Katie?
We did. Oops.
In our defense, we were on our honeymoon, so...
This is true.
So basically, what happened with our honeymoon?
We went to church.
Well, yes, we did go to church during our honeymoon, but...
Well, it was the middle of the day too, so it was a little weird.
Okay, let's explain where we went to first. Okay, basically, after we got married, we had fun organizing all the thank you cards and everything, and then we got on a plane. And
we did like 20 of them before we left for the honeymoon.
I know.
And we were nuts.
But we got on a plane and we went overnight to Miami, was it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was a mistake. That was a serious mistake.
Because they split up the flight into 50 different flights.
Yeah, that was kind of crappy. And then like
they split up the 2 flights into like 6. So.
Well, it was kind of crappy because then we were like taking the trolley to the.
Oh yeah, getting from Miami airport to the cruise dock was crazy.
Yeah, we made the mistake of not doing the shuttle because like $30. I'm not spending $30 on no cab. Let's take the fake Max light rail thing they've got here.
The public transit system.
Yeah, so
and they kind of make it as complicated as possible.
We had to do like 3 transfers.
Yeah, and then we got on the wrong bus, which took us through the scenic route.
Yeah.
Trolley.
It took us through like the ghetto part of Miami.
Because they have 2 separate trolleys with the word coral, and one's like the Coral Bay, and the other one's like Coral Canyon.
Yep.
And so that's in addition to the confusing transit system.
And then we both fell asleep when we were on the wrong trolley. That was
so
great.
Basically, I think what we should have done previously is, like a week ahead, I should have said, hey, are there any Arglefumph fans in Miami? Please pick me up at the airport. Okay, so but I mean,
you could have just tweeted LeBron and been like, LeBron.
He's not there. He's in Utah or wherever he is.
I thought he went back to Cleveland.
Cleveland, that's where he is. Cleveland, Utah, they're totally not close to each other. But no, we actually got to see the stadium where the Heat play, and we went to Hard Rock Cafe Miami, and we went around that touristy place, and I got myself a official swimsuit.
Yeah.
And you tried to find what is it, magnets for all your coworkers?
Oh yeah, but they cost money, so.
How did your coworkers like the magnets you got, by the way?
They loved them.
That's great. Okay, so I mean, it took us forever to get around to Miami, but that's okay because when did the cruise ship take off?
It was like 4 o'clock is when I actually left port, but we had to get there at like noon.
Yeah, we had to get there at noon. So I mean, we got on the cruise ship, and do you want to talk about the cruise ship?
We immediately fell asleep.
That's a running theme throughout this entire honeymoon, actually.
Do stuff, wake up, go and go do touristy things, and then it's like 2 o'clock, it's time for a nap.
And I
that's kind of the story of the honeymoon.
I actually read a couple of books which were about people going on vacation on the Caribbean, because I thought that would be topical. So I did the book where Nancy Drew goes to the Caribbean. She actually goes to the Caribbean twice, but I mean, the one book is like Nancy Drew Files number 80. It's like, I haven't read books number, 16 through 79 yet. I can't read it, Katie.
Yeah, then you did anyway.
And then I read The Babysitter's Club Go on a Cruise, which was... sorry to roll my eyes. Obviously, the author did not go on the cruise herself.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't such a good idea reading about cruising while you're on a cruise.
Well, it reminds me when I talked to the the people from Her Interactive and talking about the making video games. Like they made a game about New Zealand and Egypt, and I was like, oh great, you made a game about New Zealand. So did you guys actually go to New Zealand and research? And they're like, no, we use the internet for that.
Smart. Cost-effective people.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be like a huge tax write-off to say it's a business expense to research in New Zealand?
No, Michael.
It wouldn't? It wouldn't? Well, I know they had at least one person visit Egypt, but I think that was, they went to Egypt on their own vacation.
The term you're looking for is substance over form.
Well, I'm saying there have definitely been Nancy Drew books where it was definitely the author went on vacation there and wrote a book about it to use it as a tax write-off.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many books where that's happened. I'm getting off topic, but I've seen books where people go to England. I've read at least 3 different books where somebody goes to England and they do all the touristy sites. And they visit the Tower of London, they go across the Thames, they see the London Eye and that's the name of the big
Yeah, the Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel, that's the word for it. And they visit Stonehenge too, which must be part of the same tour. I'm like, gee, I wonder why all these books where people go to London, they do the exact same things in the exact same order.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's their lives. That's what they want to do with them.
Anyway, that was an awful Nancy Drew book. I'll post like an annotation link to it in this video. So if you want to read my review of that awful book where she goes to London and does touristy stuff instead of solving mysteries, feel free.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back to the honeymoon.
So
we
we went to the Bahamas, to Nassau.
Yeah, we went to the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Basically, Nassau is the capital of the Bahamas, and so that was day number 1, and we went on the forts tour.
Yep, that was really neat.
The
forts were what? It was $1.06 for every single one of the forts.
It was $1.04, I thought.
Was it 4 cents? Yeah.
Some odd number, $1.05.
Do people not realize the 99-cent trick? Maybe that's just a U.S. thing to make it appear cheaper than it actually is.
Well, it's I don't know. I imagine their dollar changes. Because, there's a thing on board that said how much each currency thing is worth. So here's what the euro is worth. Here's what the whatever currency is worth. And the euro just kept crashing.
Yeah, that was kind of nice.
But the Bahamian dollar was on par with the US dollar, so...
Yeah, it's 1 for 1.
So, maybe that's the reason why it's 109 in Bahamian dollars.
Yeah, let's see. We did that. We had conch.
Conch shell.
Conch shell, that's it, yeah. It was weird eating the creature that's inside the thing that makes the annoying music. You know?
Yeah, no, it's interesting eating, because we went to wherever it was, their local fantastic food place.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's super fantastic, but they have like 4 or so people that are just on the island holding signs for it saying, hey, follow me, I'll take you to our food place.
Yeah, the overpriced food place. It's like, it probably feels like you're a victim. It's like, oh crap, we don't know what we're going to do. It's like, well, I guess if you're going to lead me to a restaurant, I'll let you take me there.
I was trying to go to the Green Parrot, I think was the place was, where it had a fantastic burger, which was recommended, but I couldn't find it, and I didn't really look that hard, so.
Yeah, no. No, it was nap time, so it was time to go to sleep.
The Babysitters Club went there, and it looked nothing like it did in real life. We also visited the Pirate Museum.
Pirate Museum was cool.
In Nassau, yeah, and we climbed the Queen's Stairs, the 202 steps, right?
Yeah, people are pathetic. They're like, because we went up there and the tour bus was supposed to meet us back up at the top, and we
jogged the entire way.
They're like, let's do this.
We beat the tour bus to the top of this giant hill.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. I'm like, really, guys? We're not even all that athletic. I mean, we do our jogging every now and then.
We live on a hill, though. I think that's basically it.
Yeah, that's true. Hiking up and down that thing every day, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's basically, we live on a hill because it's burglar protection. Because, thieves try to rob our house, but they go halfway up the hill. They decide, oh, this is so not worth it, and they turn around and go back.
Well, even in a car, it's like, oh, crap, you gotta kind of gun the engine going up the hill.
Yeah,
yeah,
what is this, San Francisco?
Yeah, basically. Well, that's scary, boy.
Oh, have you ever done that thing in San Francisco
where
you have to pause halfway through a hill because you've got a red light, and then you have to really gun it because you're sliding backwards the instant you step off the brake?
I've had it where I go around over the top of the hill, and then suddenly it feels like you're falling down a cliff. I'm like, oh, crap.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Yeah,
anyway, and also in Nassau, we like you said, we went to church. They were having their 12 o'clock mass, and we're like, hey, it's ridiculously hot. Let's go to mass.
Yeah, it was right across from the art museum we wanted to go to. So we went in there.
It's a good thing. Good thing about being Catholic is the mass is the same no matter which country you're in, so you can kind of understand what's happening.
Yeah.
But they were all speaking in English too, so that helped a lot to understand what was happening.
Yep, it was fascinating being the only Caucasian people there too. I mean, that's always kind of a fish out of water feeling.
Yeah, I think
especially coming from Oregon,
Yeah, I think the only other time that's happened to me, where I've been, it was it was done in Swahili, an all African mass, but it was only like 10 to 12 people there at that mass. It was actually baptism. I don't know why I was elected to be the representative to go to that mass, but it was interesting. They sing a song which took forever. That's all I remember now.
Oh, I went to an all-Korean mass by accident when I was living in Southern California, and it kind of threw me off. Like, oh, okay, not what I thought.
I went to the all Korean mass, but it was the whatever you call it, the
Is it bilingual?
no, the French style of mass where they have the cross on the ground and they sing like the same basic tune over and over again.
Oh, they do a round.
I'm totally forgetting the type. I'll do an annotation saying what that type of mass is. It begins with a J, I believe.
Anyway, yeah. So we went to so we went there, and then we
went to the art museum, which is sponsored by the National Bank, which you thought was fun.
It's like
funky.
the Federal Reserve. It was the equivalent of like what's it called? Ben Bernanke's club going and what's it called? Going and funding the Smithsonian, basically. It's like that just seems really, really odd. Like, oh, this is what your government debt buys you.
Well, I mean, the government debt?
Never mind. Anyway.
Well, I thought that the people in Bahamas basically told us, hey, guess what? We have super low taxes and super low everything because we just tax tourists like crazy.
Basically, yep, the cruise ships pay a small fortune to dock there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever. If that works for them, that works for them. So...
Yeah. So, let me see. We went to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some midday napping.
We went to sleep. I forget what we did during the nights then.
I don't know. They had like onboard ship activities that were kind of neat.
Like, I remember one day we went to the trivia night. That was nice.
We lost.
Yeah, and then they had the love game where they had newlyweds and an established couple and then the super old couple, but we didn't make it on as newlyweds.
No, we didn't, but that's okay. Those were some pretty awkward questions.
Yeah, I just feel it's like, oh, you guys have been married for 2 weeks. We were married for like 3 days. You're not newlyweds. Nah, we're honeymooners.
Aw.
I don't know. Does it count as a honeymoon if it takes place over a week after your wedding?
Some people do their honeymoon like a year later.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we did that stuff, and then what's it called? Then we were in Coco Cay.
Yeah, Coco Cay, which is Little Stirrup Island too. It's basically an island which belongs to a marine biologist who just rents it out to Royal Caribbean International.
Yep.
And so they
So that was fun.
They do stuff there. We did a nature walk, and the water was beautiful. We went swimming there.
Yep, it was weird being like probably a good half-mile out into the ocean, and like it's only up to your waist, and it's super calm. It was bizarre. It was like being in a bathtub.
It's the Atlantic, I guess. I don't know. Is it always like that on East Coast?
I don't know if it's always like that. I've never been in an ocean where I wasn't about to be pounded like 2 feet in.
Yeah, waves are just killer here.
And it wasn't like freezing either. That was kind of odd
great.
too.
We really loved it, yeah. And also sleeping in a hammock, that was good.
Yeah.
Well, you fell asleep. I didn't. I was the one in charge. It's like, okay, I'm going to close my eyes and kind of sleep, but I'm counting to 200 in my head. Or I was going to give this 5 minutes, so I was going to count to 300. But I stopped at 200 because I'm like, no, I can't. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, so that was okay, and then that was followed by another nap.
Well, yeah, we went back and had another nap in the middle of the day.
But you remember when they had, because they were serving food on the island, like they had a buffet thing, and like they had these predatory seagulls, like they literally took the burger out of the kid's sandwich that was next to me. Do you remember that? That was so, and the kid was just crying. He was so upset. And it was like, and like
seagulls...
two picnic tables away. I mean, they were literally, the seagulls would just come down and just take their food. It was crazy.
I hadn't seen anything like that since the Simpsons episode, Homer versus the state of New York, where he just has the worst time in New York and birds eat all of his food.
Aw.
But the pigeon, not pigeons, seagulls. Was the seagulls or the pigeons where they had the all black heads?
Those were the seagulls. Yeah, it was a really weird breed of seagull. I'd never seen anything like that.
Yeah, it looked like it just took a normal seagull and just dipped their head into I guess
tar.
Tar.
Well,
You know, I thought it was interesting, and I like how they employed mostly locals at that place.
Yep, that was kind of nice. And then we went to Key West the next day.
Yeah, the accent wasn't as bad as we thought it. Or did we think the accent was going to be bad?
I don't know, the Key West people kind of talk like white trash Florida people, so it wasn't too much accent.
Oh no, I was talking about the people in the
Bahamas.
Bahamas.
The Bahamians? Oh no, it wasn't too bad. It was kind of
because they watch a lot of American TV. We figure, but it's basically a Jamaican accent. If somebody watches a lot of American TV.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had like I don't know. Anyway.
Key West, Florida. Yeah,
Key West was. I love Key West. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had neat stuff to walk around to. We went to the Truman's little White House,
which is basically President Truman's vacation home, but they turned it into a tourist attraction / museum showing off the Truman presidency and various presidents who have been there as well.
Yeah, I watched Ken Burns' Truman thing, and so it was really neat, kind of getting to see some of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that was a really good documentary.
I really liked how they had one of the, the Dewey Defeats Truman newspapers there.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Because the Chicago Tribune has bought all the rights to the picture and tried to destroy all the copies.
Oh, how embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, where else did we didn't go to the Hemingway thing. We went to their. Basically, we got a package deal so we could visit like 4 or so different museums. We went to the aquarium and we went to the Shipwreckers Museum.
Yeah, but they had a fire drill near the end of that, so we had to go. I know it wasn't a fire drill, it was something else. But anyway, we had to evacuate the building.
Yeah, I like the Shipwreckers thing. I've read at least 2 different, one Hardy Boys book, one Nancy Drew book about that.
Yeah, the Shipwreckers thing was pretty
Generally,
neat.
whenever Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys go to Florida, it's usually because somebody's looking for buried treasure off the coast of Florida, which, from a crash. And guess what? They find it. Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, it's kind of neat seeing doubloons and all that.
Yeah, and we saw the, like I said, we went to the southernmost point of the United States.
Yep.
Which you did not like because it like took us way out of the way.
Yep, and there was a line, and
we had Key West pie too.
Yeah, that was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
And we visited their cathedral there, which is the oldest cathedral in the United States. It's like from the 1700s, maybe even the 1600s.
Yep, that was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Went and hid in. They had like a 24-hour perpetual adoration chapel. We went and hid in there where it was air conditioning for a while, and.
Mm-hmm.
I might have taken a nap.
Oh no, okay.
You can pray while you're sleeping. I was being thankful for the air conditioning.
Yeah. So that was neat, and you got to drink from a coconut.
Yeah, that was neat. I've done that before at like a hippie festival, but it was interesting doing it in like a legitimate tropical location.
And they had some trash cans, which were just coconuts only.
Yep.
Which was fun. Fancy. I was going to say fancy. No. It was fun and fancy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we walked back to our ship and went to sleep.
Yeah.
And anything else with our honeymoon, we went to, every single night I had, what was my appetizer?
You had escargot.
I had escargot.
Every single night. Yep. At first, the first night it was a joke, and then you legitimately liked it. And so...
Yeah, it's basically like crab, or was it lobster? It's kind of tasteless by itself, but it's just smothered in butter and
whatever sauce it
nice
is they
bread
put in.
mix, and so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was pretty cool, and they give you like the same server every night, so that was pretty nice too. Like the same person. And...
Yeah, and the same people sitting next to us. It was a nice ship. We did the rock climbing, and we only went to the halfway before giving up.
Basically.
And we did ping pong, which was okay.
Yeah, and shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard. I am just no good at shuffleboard. I should be better. When I was a kid, I was really good at shuffleboard.
No, you're not a kid. Now you have a wifey to go beat you at shuffleboard.
Oh, now I have a wife who's better than me at everything.
Oh, you're not better. You're better at playing video games than me. You will always be better at playing video games than me. So, I'm not going to embarrass anyone by talking about your Twitter post of the cookies.
Oh, yeah, I can't cook either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
we got how many cookbooks as a wedding present? We got like 12 to 15 cookbooks as a wedding present.
That's one person though.
Yeah, from Aunt Gloria, but still.
Yeah, you don't have to do every recipe in all of them.
I wasn't doing.
You need to quit this completionist attitude, Michael. Cookbooks are not video games. You don't need to do them all.
I need to do 100%. No, I went through the basically, what I'm doing through is going through the microwave cookbook right now, and I've cooked 4 or 5 things from there. I just went through it and was like, okay, I've got 30 so recipes I liked, and 2 of them have bombed. The cookies have bombed, and the pizza has bombed.
Well, the cookies that you put on the baking sheet were fine. The cookies that you baked on the cooling rack, you know.
But I don't understand, because I cooked burgers on the cooling rack, and nothing was bad about that.
One's closer to a liquid, and one's closer to a solid state. So.
Fine. Well, anyway, so that's it for our honeymoon. I think this could be our final wedding video, but if anybody has any questions, please let us know, and I love getting questions, because then I don't have to think of what to talk about in the next Arglefumph talk.
Yeah, alright, bye guys.
Bye.